Hey, my fellow builders, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Icarus Elysium. Episode 25, Finishing the Kitchenette. So, as I mentioned, we had left off building the deep freezer so that our food won't spoil, and the kitchen bench, but that is not all that I wanted to make. This looks askew. Let me fix that. The reason that's a problem, and normally I wouldn't care this much, is because I'm going to be attaching things horizontally to it. If it is askew, the other ones will skew even farther, which then becomes like an increment, like a larger problem. Right? If it's off by a little bit at the start, it's going to be off by a lot of it at the end. Easy peasy fix though. Done. So we have our two raptors here, which are currently apparently starving. Goochis and Fangface. And we're continuing to level them up in order for them to become our, like, combat pets, I suppose, is the best term for it. And then, of course, the two Tuskers and the Hyena for the hyperthermia protection. We're still growing berries and yeast for a variety of food offers. And yeah, let's get back to working on the kitchen before we pivot and work on other things. So, let's see here. I don't know why I've cooked soft meat in... Oh, because I was eating it. No? It's not one of my food buffs, so I don't know. Alright. So let's go ahead and work on some more of the kitchen before we pivot again. So I'm going to want a sink. I'm going to want a stove. I think a stove, the electric stove, makes the most sense next, so I can start cooking better things. Which is 10 composites, which I don't believe I have anywhere. So we'll have to cook some of that up. And for that, I need organic resin, which means I need oxide and wood. Got it. And as far as the wood goes, we have plenty of wood. Wood is not a limiting factor here. So, Goochis, let's go find some oxide. So, medium-term goal, not like quite long-term goal, but medium-term goal, is I really like to get a jackhammer. Like, that would be phenomenal. And then to, after getting a jackhammer, bang out the mission that I had started, working on, working for the Inquisition that I had never actually finished. Some of that is because the swamps in this game are, like, rather dangerous, but now that I'm a much higher level with, like, better equipment, I can certainly handle the swamps, but, like, I probably couldn't when I first took that mission. And I took that mission, of course, as a little reminder to blow a hole between Lambda and the Tundra to allow myself to get back to the Tundra quickly to be able to actually base up here. Here, you follow me. Let's go. Yeah, swamps are scary. One of the issues I have with the swamps is, some of the stats effects that you get from, like, the animals in the swamps last, like, too damn long. You get bit by a Komodo dragon, and it's like, oh, sorry, you have, like, an infected bite for, an hour. And you're just like, an hour? What the hell? Like, that's a long time, you know? And I just didn't want to have to, like, deal with that, because it would significantly slow me down and harm, progress. Oh, I'm streaming on your birthday. Well, happy birthday to you. Oh, come on. Hitbox. Okay, that's probably enough oxide. I'm looking for prime meat, and I'm just... Oh, hello, bacon. Don't get any ideas over there. Alright, yeah, let's call that enough. I'll grab the bacon and then we'll start working on the sink and the stove. So once I'm done with the kitchenette, I'll probably poll you guys about what you want me to work on, whether I should, focus on trying to get the polymerizer stuff ready, or work on other things. That will be left up to you. Okay, I only have 4 wood in that bench. Let's grab 200 more. We have oxide for days. I don't know why I'm running around with glass bottles. Seems unwise. One of the other things I could probably do is to upgrade the beehive that we have. I guess I'll leave that up to polling. I don't want to like start doing it if it's not what everyone wants me to do. And then, oh yeah, let's continue to queue up the smoked bacon. So we have regular bacon, cooked bacon, or regular bacon, smoked bacon. We don't have the crispy bacon yet. Then that's what we're going to get when we get the stove going. The other thing I probably ought to do is to move and get rid of this, this kitchen. And for now, I'm just going to store everything in the stovetop. But a lot of the spoiled meats and spoiled plants, that belongs in, like, the biofuel refiner. And I just don't have a biofuel refiner. So this kitchen station, I might just leave here as, like, general storage for now. Because I'm, like, lazy or whatever. So we needed, oh, I need more silica. Crap. Well, I should have noticed. I was out where all the silica was and just didn't grab any. But luckily, like, there's hella silica around me. So it shouldn't be that hard to find. 'Tis the desert after all. And now that I'm looking for silica, all I'm finding is oxide. Oh, the irony. I'm really bringing home the bacon? I am. Apparently, according to people that I'm not sure they would be trustworthy, I make really good bacon IRL. My father-in-law, who's like very picky about what he eats, or maybe discerning might be like a better word for it. I had made bacon once for him, and he was like, oh my god, this is the best bacon I've ever had in my life. And I was like, for real? Because like, truth be told, I've never actually eaten any of the bacon I've made myself. So I was like, all right, I'll take your word for it. I'll just keep making it this way. But I was surprised because he's not generous with the compliments, let's say. So if he said it, it must be true. Or at least, you know, in his opinion. Oh my god, 100 composites? Yeah, I don't need that many. Alright, there we go. So we got our composites. Then the next thing, stove. We're going to want glass electronics. So we're going to want the electronics. So I'm going to start working on the electronics and the wires. And some of the organic epoxy, or resin rather, that we just made will probably go towards the electronics as well. And it looks like I'll probably want to smelt some of the gold we've got. Oh, no, never. Well, I'm going to smelt it anyway, but obviously we have a lot of gold in the old oven here. Does sand in the glass reduce the sun? No, it does not. The way the plants work is they detect the fact that there's glass. So you could actually build, like, if you don't want your windows to break, you could encompass all of your greenhouse windows in like a layer of concrete or limestone, and they would still work. It's basically, all they do is detect whether, like, glass is present. They don't actually detect whether sunlight is present, which is weird, but, like, now that you know that, you can use it to your advantage, I suppose. Alright, so for the stove, we have the wires, the electronics, the composites are to be cooked up. And what was the last one? Glass. I believe we've got plenty of glass. Yes, we have plenty of glass. Okay, so that will be the stove. Perfect. So we're just waiting on the composites to bake or whatever. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make extra composites here. Let's make an extra 50, because I'm sure I'm going to use them at some point, so we might as well just make them now and have them for later. Seems reasonable enough for me. Okay, one more composite and we're all set. Can you build inside a cave? You can. You could have a greenhouse in a cave if you want. I think in that case, so I take back slightly what I said. The plants here won't detect whether so if you build in a cave, you won't have the sunlight bonus. You will be missing that, which is honestly a tiny fraction of the bonuses that you end up having. So if you completely go cave growing, you're not going to have that sunlight bonus, but you'll have the greenhouse bonus, which is larger anyway. So yeah, you can still go cave style if you want. That won't matter that much. Oh, I put the composites in there. That's dumb. All right, here we go. Stove time. And we'll plop it right there and see how it snaps to it. This is why I wanted to make sure that this was more or less like parallel with the wall. Even though there's a medium sandstorm, I will plumb it up all the same. There's a little bit of exposure, ain't gonna hurt me much. Cool. And the result of all this is now, let's grab all of that animal fat, stick it on the stove, grab half our bacon, and make crispy bacon. Cool. Next up will be the sink. The plumbed sink. So, aluminum, basically all I need for that is concrete mix. Although, looks to me like I might actually need the aluminum too. Because unless I have some in here. Oh, all the aluminum that was in here I just turned into composite paste. So, yeah, we're going to need some aluminum. Got it. And then the other thing I wanted to make, which is not really part of the kitchen, but like I'm going to consider it part of the kitchen all the same, is the medicine bench. Because I think it's wise for me to at least have it and have the ability to like make some medicine. So that's going to be the last piece of the like quote unquote kitchen equation. But now with the crispy bacon, that will replace one of my primates. So let's replace the cooked white meat with the crispy bacon. And then I have stringy meat, which I'll substitute for the cooked soft meat because I just have more stacks of it. And I think while I'm staring at this, I'm just going to smoke up some more bacon. 5 more pieces. Alright, let's go ahead and drop my stringy meat and my white meat. And eat a new set of meals. There we go. So I didn't eat, well, I didn't drink another honey mead because, like, I still have 16 minutes left on that. But now I have yet another prime meat. Right, I've got crispy bacon for crit damage, which is really nice. And experience gain. Experience gain at this point, now that I'm like 59 out of 60, doesn't really matter all that much, but like, whatever. It's free experience. And I think because I share experience with my pets, it will level up my pets faster as well. So there's like a hidden benefit to that, I suppose. Alright, now that I'm staring at everything, I can also move the flour, salt, and sugar over from the materials processor over to the stove. And one of the things we wanted was some concrete mix for this. We needed, what, like 8? So I'm going to grab some silica from over here and make 8 concrete mix. So all we have left to do is get a little aluminum for the stove. And we're starting to get a bounty of berries. So we have a lot of berries in here. Oh, why do I have bees in there? Overflow, I'm gonna assume. What to grow next? That is a fine question. Maybe bananas? Just, you know, I'll do 2 bananas and 2 carrots. No, I have a lot of carrot seeds. I'll do... Oh, you know what? Actually, we're going to want truffles at some point. Truffles, as I mentioned, maybe last stream, is one of the ingredients you need for, like, radiation medication. Medicinal herbs, perhaps. Yes, that would be wise as well. Oh, I think I see a drone. So here, as you can see, these windows are completely covered by sand, but it's still receiving 100% of the sunlight bonus. Like, the sand isn't doing anything. So, call it magic, or whatever you want to call it, but the sand doesn't really matter when it comes to farming. Okay, so I have my food on me. I don't think it would necessarily be a bad idea for me to make some more honey mead. With that said, I do have a finite amount of honey. You know, I have like so maybe I'll make 50. I have a beehive, but it's not really a boosted beehive. So in being not a boosted beehive, I have to be a little like cognizant of how I use my honey because I'm not producing a whole lot of honey very quickly. So right now we are after aluminum so I can finish up the kitchen project. And truth be told, I don't really remember where I have the aluminum. So it's going to take me a minute to like jog my memory of like where I've mined out and whatnot. So let's check the local caves. Oh, and there's a human guard tower over there if I want more, like, generic beer. Which, you know, I'm not certain I do. Oh, good! The cave resealed. And now a drone is messing with my Raptor. And all that gunfire is also attracting, like, a horde. Can you stop? Alright. Gooches should be able to handle whatever else is over there. So one thing to consider is, I could completely mine out, with what little is left of my pick, completely mine out this cave and then thump it back. I have 2 raptors and a hyena that can easily handle the threat of a thumper. I don't even think I would need the help of the tuskers. So if I am seeking common spawned materials, thumping for it is not unreasonable. And it looks like this cave has been stripped clean, except for that coal. If I'm thumping everything back, let's just grab that coal so it regenerates as possibly something else more useful. For the sake of the kitchen project, I don't think thumping makes sense, but if I take on other larger construction projects after this, I will consider thumping this cave back. But because I'm only after, like, a tiny bit of aluminum, I don't need to thump. And I suppose now I have a deep freezer, I can collect more bacon, because 3/5 of my diet is bacon-based at this point. At least for now. At some point, we could start to invest in what I need for other recipes. Getting ourselves like a chicken for eggs or something like that. But for now, bacon is easy. Alright. Y'all up here get to die. So pathetic. Alright, what'd you have on you? You had beer, and you had bullets. And not only that, but like, HQ didn't care about you. You shot a flare off, and like, not a drone showed up to help. Sorry, but your bosses think you're pawns. You're a bunch of red shirts. Where are you going? Oh, there's a drone. Showed up a little late, bud. Where are you going? I have no idea. Mount was like, yeah, bye. Enjoy wherever you're headed. Oh, I got you. And, okay, this cave is going to be equally useless. We have a little bit of iron here, we have a little bit of gold, but obviously no aluminum. Man, I did not think that, and obviously it's been a week and a day, so I forget exactly where I mined, but I'll just make a mental note that the two local caves are basically just stripped and need thumping. Can you pop out of the top of the caves? Nope. That's, just like a invisible window. Some caves actually will have like a hole that you can resurface from, but not this one. Some of them have like a pitfall type trap. Oh, nice. The loot from the drones fell down. I was sort of expecting it to be up in the rocks and I wouldn't be able to fetch it. That's a win. Don't get hurt. Okay, there we go. If this cave ends up dry, maybe I'll just commit to thumping, because I'll be just fed up by then. And Goochus is probably getting some good experience, just like murdering everything. Come on. Okay, I guess we're thumping, because, like, here's yet another cave with yet more, no more aluminum. And boom! I just hit the big 60. Happy max XP for me. Do I need more oxide? I mean, I need more everything at some point. It's one of these, like, yeah. I'm sure I would use it eventually, but I'm not gonna, like, go out of my way for it. So, the last two talent points, and I'll probably end up respecking a bit. So we did pick up Exotic Sprinter. 2 more points. Shut it. I could max out Hunter's Eye. Excuse you. Why are every critter around me within miles, like, trying to gank me? I don't really know what I want. I think I'll just put it in Hunter's Eye. I don't really care. I'll spend my solo point in just a minute. Alright, so, yeah, my task of, like, trying to, get aluminum just got a little bit more complicated. Are there ways to get more talent points after max level? Yes. For some of the operations, the reward is more talent points. Each map generally has one such reward. So there is one here in Elysium. There's one in Styx. There's one in Olympus. There's one in Prometheus, I'm pretty sure. And you can get... So technically, I could get like maybe 10 more talent points or so. I haven't actually counted them up. But there's maybe about 10 talent points or so that you can fetch through operations. I think what I'm going to do for thumping is I'm going to move the thumper to be equidistant between this cave and this cave, so that I can thump 2 caves back rather than just 1 cave at a time. So I'm going to move my thumper from where it is to a better spot. Also, I must have used up all my power because this thing seems off. Doesn't much matter. I mean, my animals are plenty capable of just murdering all the local wildlife. I don't have any juveniles that need protection or anything like that, so I'm not overly worried. But I shouldn't leave it as it is. So no, there is absolutely no way you can max out all the skill trees without cheating. You would simply have to cheat at that point to dev mode or edit your save game file to just add a whole bunch of more points. And like, I'm sure people do that, but I don't. So you won't see me do it. Alright, maybe all bee-related things will be in that, like, temporary, except for honey, in that temporary, kitchen thing here, which will phase out at some point. Because I'm getting pretty full. Also, most of my tools are pretty, broken. Wait, why is there... hello? I don't need another male, though. Because I have 2 male raptors. I don't need, like, a third. So, maybe I'll just leave that be. Gooches! What are we gonna give you? Maxed out Astonishing Blow. And you are now same level as Fangface. Sweet. Alright, taking a look at our oil amount. The barrel's full! We can make the polymerizer. Okay, well, here's the thing. I am going to still finish the kitchen project, but then you can vote on that if that's something that you're going to want. Obviously, I'll be pulling on it soon. The other thing I'm doing here is just repairing my tools, because most of them were pretty broken. Okay, let's change the thumper's location. For that, I'm going to need to put my bunny away. I will probably leave the tuskers here. I don't really need them. But let's also make sure that all of the pets are maxed out on food before I go do this, so that they aren't running around with any penalties. You should be set to stay. So the hyena's been fed. Fangface has been fed. Gooches has been fed. And that's who's going to help me in this next fight. I'm going to top up my own food and water. Or beer, in this case. And we're going to thump 2 caves rather than the 1. Which will be double spicy. Because, you know, we'll have twice the fight, potentially. Perhaps, before I thump it out, I'll make sure both caves are, like, fully mined out or something like that. Alright. Electricity tool, check. So I'm going to place the thumper between both caves. So one cave is here, one cave is there, and I just need the thumper equidistant, so I would place the cave, like, right, or the thumper, rather, right around where my red mark is, which is in between. And that should get, the most bang for my buck of materials. Alright, around here is probably fine. And yep, both caves are easily covered by the thumper. So, let's do it. Only regenerating 51 voxels. Doesn't seem to be a big deal. And all the pets I have here heal on kill. So they should handle the threat fine. Alright, timber. Increase your melee damage. So here's a land shark. The guardian of the sands. And it's, dead. And just for funsies, I'm like collecting their vestiges. I don't really want to put on giant wormy skulls all around my base. But if I did, I could. Oh, I should also pet you guys, shouldn't I? Share XP and all. So I'll update the priority. I am making build a plumbed sink and med bench. Shouldn't take too much longer. And then while I'm like waiting here for this to pound out what to work on next in Icarus. So oil processing, operation, pet feeder and water, improve gear or armor specifically, because my armor right now is pretty garbage. It's like bone armor. Or other viewer suggestions. So just to point out, ore processing would mean to getting a polarizer and able to turn the oil into plastics, synthetics, compounds, and epoxy. Can you stop attacking me? Thank you. The operation right now is the Icarus Inquisition Operation number 2. Going to the Mosswood region swamps to finish that mission. Pet feeder and water is pretty straightforward. Making sure the pets have food and water. That's like automated, so I don't have to do it manually. Improve armor. I would probably, if I improved the armor, would go to composite armor, because I have the ability to make composites. And composite armor is a good balance between protection, heat, and cold. Honed. And then viewer suggestions of like anything you think I left out that I could add. Ooh, aluminum ore. Thank you, big man. Alright, we're almost done. I didn't double check the caves, but if I don't regenerate all voxels, it's not a problem. I don't care that much. Alright, Gooches. Fangface leveled up. Sweet. What do we want for you? Astonishing Blow. What did I give? Oh, so you have Cat-like Grace, and you don't. That's the difference. Got it. Alright, the thumper's done, more or less. So I'm going to get back into the cave and get some aluminum and get the sink and med bench done so I can work on other things. Why are you down here? Did you get lost? And aluminum is like common enough in the desert biome that like you can thump for it, no problem. I got 2 nodes here. I probably got 2 nodes in the other cave. That's gonna be fine for now. Alright, I guess I'll take my gold. Oh my god, it's so much gold. Yo, I don't... Oh, no. Yep, let's get out of here. Jump. Oh, man, raptors do not jump very well. Most pets don't, to be fair. Only, like, slinkers jump decently. Hello. Oh, you actually got kind of hurt. I mean, not like I'm worried about you hurt, but definitely hurt. I'm 2 kilograms overweight. You know what? Screw this. I'm dropping this gold. I don't even care. Okie dokie. I'm gonna have the most ridiculous, enormous amount of gold. But, you know, whatever. I don't care. Works for me. So, back to working on that aluminum, or to make the sink. So the plumb sink allows you to have like a temporary washed hands bonus, for lack of a better term. And the advantage of that is you sleep better. You get a better sleeping bonus. So that's primarily the reason to get that. And I need 4 more aluminum for it. No problem. Alright, the other thing I want is the medicine bench. This thing. And that we need 1 copper nail. Or like 1 ingot's worth of copper nail. Which is also no problem. So we have everything we need now for both the sink and the med bench. Here's the sink. And the bed bench. Oops. Don't rotate. There we go. It's all nice and aligned. Time to plumb it. And then we can work on next task. Whatever you ended up voting for. So, using the sink, you get this, like, temporary recently washed, which gives you crafting speed, movement speed, health regen, sleep quality, and the sleep quality is the big one, because you can't get sleep. There's not a lot of easy other ways to get sleep quality, and that's the reason to get the sink. Plus, you can also access the inventory, and technically you can fill up your, like, bottles here, and if you have it connected to a electric water purifier, it will be purified. Alright, taking a look, it looks like oil processing is going to be the popular choice here. So here's one of the things I want to do. I want to make an oil can. So I can store more oil. So we'll get one of these made and throw it into the refinery so we can start storing even more oil. So taking a look at the priorities, build a polymerizer. So taking a look at the full cost of the polymerizer, we need a lot of titanium, and that's going to be the hang up here. So it is 150 milliliters of oil, which we now have, 40 carbon fiber, 50 copper wire, 45 electronics. So let's see here. I might need to do more copper mining. I definitely won't need more gold because of their deep drill gold. And then for the titanium, going back to our drill site in the tundra for the titanium that we have there will be helpful. But getting a deep drill scanner, I think, is going to ultimately be the deep mining ore scanner is ultimately going to be the better deal to try to find more sites of titanium, because we've really been hard pressed to try to find them. And that's like one of the biggest bottlenecks that we're going to immediately face. Thank you for tuning in to Icarus Elysium, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow prospectors.